Hi guys, welcome back to All About the Canon XA40 on YouTube. This is Daniel Rosehill. This is a YouTube channel where I upload videos about the Canon XA40 Pro camcorder and test out different microphones, wireless systems, so you can get an idea for A, whether they're compatible, and B, what they're going to sound like. So the current horrible sound you are listening to is the Andoer MX5 wireless system. It's a 3.5mm wireless system connected directly to the XA40, and I'm monitoring my audio in real time, which is why I know that there is this horrible sound in the background. I'm going to stop speaking for a second so you can hear the full awfulness of that noise floor. But I'm going to work on getting rid of that, especially if you've bought this budget 3.5mm system and you're getting this. It is possible. I've just figured out how to get rid of it, so I'm going to do that. I'm also going to connect a cheap lav mic just so that you can hear the difference between what I'm currently speaking into is the transmitter. So if I speak directly into the transmitter like I'm doing now, it should be fairly clear. If I speak off axis, we've lost it. And of course it would be more normal to clip it onto my shirt, something like this. And this is what the audio would sound like if it's clipped onto my shirt. So we're losing. So really on cheap microphone equipment like this, the proximity effect is really your friend, and you're going to lose quality very, very quickly. So what I'm going to do, as I mentioned, there is a unpleasant hissing sound, and the reason we're getting that is because we're using automatic gain control. So I mentioned in another video that whenever you are connecting 3.5mm equipment to your XA40, seems to be especially important to manually set your gain. For whatever reason, the automatic gain control on the XLR audio input seems to work a lot better. Don't ask me why, that's my theory. I could be totally wrong about that, but it's been my experience. So what I'm doing now is I'm reaching onto my camcorder and I'm going to keep the audio in post as it was so that you can see how it came off. And I'm just going to stop speaking for 5 seconds actually, so you can hear that buzzing noise and what the noise floor is like with the automatic levels. So it's a pretty distinctive buzzing. So what we're going to do, I'm going into manual levels now, and I've just switched over to manual, and these are level 18. Now I can't hear that buzzing sound in my monitoring headphones, but my question is whether the peaks are getting up high enough. So I'm going to go up to 22 is where I just barely noticed that buzzing at the bottom of the recording. So this is what you need to do. You can't really do this by visually. You can look at what kind of levels you're getting on the sound meter, but if you're trying to find the perfect level to get rid of a buzz that's caused by having too much gain on the camera, it's essentially impossible to do that without having something on your head. I'm using the Sennheiser HD280 Pro. So just to give you an example, I'm on level 22 manual gain control now. I'm going to jump back to automatic, and we can hear that buzzing is straight back, and now back to automatic. And if I crank the automatic gain too high, that buzzing sound is getting worse and worse as I go up in level. So I actually need to take it all the way down to about 18 out of 100 or 20, 22 or 23. Now I've said before that it's easier to work on normalizing audio signal that's a little bit weak than it is to try to go down the often impossible rabbit hole of getting rid of noisy artifacts in your audio. So that's speaking into this. I'm going to go ahead now, just for the sake of thoroughness, and connect my 3.5. So I've swapped over now to a lavalier microphone, and we're still using the manual gain control at about the level I had it before, which, as I mentioned, was something like 20. And I'm going to go to automatic, and you can still hear that buzzing. It's not quite as bad as it was using the transmitter raw, but again, if I go to manual, and I'm going to have to make some slight changes. Actually, the levels, not speaking for a few seconds, you can hear a little bit of background noise in my apartment, but it's actually better. We don't really have that buzzing. So if you have the Andoer MX5 and you want to use it as a budget sound system for your XA40, it is not the Rode Wireless Go. It is not a Sennheiser. It's very much a cheap and cheerful 3.5mm sound system. But all hope is not lost, especially if you're getting that buzzing sound after connecting it to your XA40 or XA40. Those levels are a tiny bit high, and being pedant, I'm going to just come down to 20 here. So if you're getting that kind of buzzing sound in your audio on your XA40, 45, 50 or 55, or the newer Canon XA series, it's very important when you're connecting stuff in the 3.5mm port to set your levels manually by going into the FN, hitting the FN button, and monitoring is really the only way to do this. You can, of course, attempt to get the levels right just looking at those sound meters, but if there is a buzzing sound, very, very easy to miss even when you're looking at the levels, because you can't visually differentiate between the normal noise floor in your audio environment and a buzz that you don't want to get into the audio file. Hope that was useful. If you're looking at picking this sound system up to use with your XA40, you want to get more videos about this camcorder and different sound systems that can be used with it, do consider subscribing. And of course, thank you for watching this video.